What's up, babes? Welcome back to Booty Bands More Than Fitness, a group of women that is made by women for women. As today's topic is about sculpting and toning and getting rid of those extremes. Now, you're going to see that I'm very sweaty and I'm very flushed because I just finished one of our 15-minute workouts that is 80s style. If you guys haven't noticed, for the month of May, we are doing an 80s challenge with all the women, and it has been amazing. I absolutely love 80s music, and it's so much fun because oftentimes workouts are not that fun, right? And so how great is it that we can make workouts fun again? So today's topic is we've done in the past about tossing the scale and learning the difference between like weight loss versus fat loss, and very educational. And you guys have been so smart, and I've been giving away booty bucks like crazy because you guys are just so intelligent. It's been awesome. And so today's topic is about learning about the extremes. And so again, this is going to be very interactive. So if you're joining me right now, go ahead and find the comment button down below and go ahead and tell me where you guys are from. So I am Danita, and I am from Utah. Southern Utah. So the temperature out here is like in the 90s already. I don't know how it is for you guys, but it is getting really, really warm here for spring. Okay, and also let me know if you're watching this live or replay. Cool? If you guys are live with me, that way we can interact and we can do those booty bucks with each other. So let's go ahead and get started. So one of my favorite things is really being able to support women that are going through their journey and they're just finding themselves either getting stuck, they're not consistent, they're falling off a lot, and they're trying to just really get to their goals, but it seems like there's all these things that just keep hindering them. And so one of the first mistakes is where we're focusing on perfection instead of progress. And so go ahead and look at expectation number 1, where we have this envision where we're like, okay, we're just going to go from point A to point B. It's going to be so simple. I'm going to get my dream body by summer. And then when we start something and it takes a little bit longer than what we're expecting, then we end up falling off. And so that's why we're kind of seeing this like off, on, called the extremes. Where really the reality, guys, in finding that sustainability of reaching your goals is really going to look like A, B, C, D, E. Now, if any of you guys can relate, go ahead and comment yes down below. If you can't, let me know. Let me know if you relate to this or not. For me, I can definitely relate to that. All right, so who we got? Cool. All right, so if you're just joining in, hey guys, my name is Danita. I'm from Southern Utah. Find that comment button because we do give away booty bucks when we are getting things correct. So today's a whole new lesson. The other weeks we have been going over the toss the scale, but today is going into the extremes. So let's go ahead and go into the next part, going into the first mistake of really what those are. So let's go ahead into the next part here. I fell off again. I hear this all the time, you guys. I fell off again. Now, usually what triggers the falling off is I got sick, my kids got sick, I went on vacation, or I just wasn't seeing results, right? Common trends. Or oftentimes we might be following weight loss programs where they're actually slowing down our metabolism. So we're just finding ourselves really plateauing. Okay, so the difference here is forgiveness versus that guilt and shame. Okay, so oftentimes if we had that cake or the sickness and we kind of ate things we weren't supposed to, that guilt and shame can last a lot longer. So let's go ahead and read through those. So forgiveness is, it won't ever be the cake you ate that ultimately is going to make you overweight. It actually will be the guilt and shame that's going to be lasting for weeks and months that lead to more bad habits. That's the real problem. So releasing your guilt and shame from all the past. So if you guys are listening right now, let me know how you guys release your guilt and shame. Comment down below. The next one is your body follows your mindset. The secret is progression, not perfection. So finding your beautiful balance that is going to work for you is your sweet spot that we can find together. And if you guys don't know, Booty Bands Accountability cares about your goals, not just from now, but also 20 years from now. We're looking for that sustainability for your overall health and happiness. So if you guys ever are looking to work with an accountability coach, go ahead and just comment one-on-one down below so that we can help guide you with that. Okay, next one is going over the guilt and shame part, right? So past programs taught us very restrictive ideas that created that start and stop mindset. So have you ever been on a diet plan that's like, all right, you have to completely let go of carbohydrates or sugar just in general, right? And that's super tough being like, yep, all right, no longer can have carbs the rest of my life. Well, how sustainable is that really? So let me know, comment down below if you've ever had an extreme diet that was so difficult to maintain that it was inevitable that you were going to fall off. Comment below. See if I can find some of those comments now. Where's my girls at? All right. Cool. Well, I'm not sure if I'm seeing the comments, so give me just a moment as I look at the comments here. There we are. Oh, look. I've been talking to myself for a little bit, but look, you guys are all here. Okay. So, yes, no carbs, no sugar. Awesome. Too many to count, right? Okay, so for all of those that commented yes, y'all get a booty buck. So great job on finding your comment button. And for all those that just said, yeah, I've also done the restrictive extreme diets, absolutely, you guys get booty bucks. So make sure to add up your booty bucks at the very end. You're going to total them up and give them to me at the end, okay? Okay, so let's go to the next one here. So the next one is when our mind is trapped, still thinking about that cake we had at your friend's birthday party, right? Or when you feel that you've had to be 100% perfect in order to succeed, all right? Or other programs have taught us those quick fixes that are very short-lived and bring us back to start. A lot of relation on that. Okay, all right, so the next one is, this is a very big one, you guys. Too much into the details. I hear questions all day, every day about too much into the details. And so I'm going to go ahead and list a few of those. And I want you guys to actually find your comment button because I want you to tell me what question you might have that probably might be too much in the details too, okay? So here's the first one I get. Is the first member came in, she goes, well, what time is it the best time to work out? She's having conflictions of the people she hears all over Instagram and all that stuff. And she's going, I'm hearing that morning is the best time, but I'm also hearing afternoon lately has been saying the best time, or maybe it's the evening. I'm not really 100% sure. And so I reached out to her and I said, well, what are you doing now? And she goes, well, nothing. And I said, okay, so the best time to do the workout is the best time that it actually fits into your schedule. Are you a morning person or are you a night person? And she goes, well, I'd actually prefer to work out at night. Okay, well then stop listening to people that are giving you these like tiny details that maybe is for a bikini competitor or for a bodybuilder when you're just needing to start on step number 1. See how we can get so stuck into the details that we just like don't even do the workout at all because we're like, so confused. All right, okay, I got another one that came up. What do my exact macro numbers need to be? I get this one asked all the time, okay? Now I want to see how smart you guys are. I'm gonna take away my screen here. I want to see if you were able to probably take a guess. What do you think I would say to somebody if they were coming to me saying, my exact macros? Comment down below and I want to see what you guys write. If you were a coach and somebody was writing that to you, what would you say to them? What's the first question maybe you would ask? Just to kind of see like where they're even at. By the way, whoever said the best time to work out, best time to eat, whenever you can do it is a good time. That's a booty buck right there for you. Whoever just commented right there, whenever you can do it is a good time. That's a booty buck. For you, it's about balance. Absolutely. Okay, so Mary says, well, what are you eating right now? Yes, Mary. What are your goals? Yes, that's a great question. Yeah. Right? Those are 2 great questions. You both get booty bucks for those. So the question that I asked, which was very similar to that, the question I asked was, well, how much protein are you currently getting in right now? And her response was, maybe once or twice a day. And I go, all right, well, let's get protein in every meal and every snack, and let's start there. And then we can worry about these exact specific numbers later on. But sometimes exact specific numbers are more for a bikini competitor or a bodybuilder. And we're just trying to focus on being consistent, right? And what do you wish to achieve? Yeah, those are great questions. Good. Okay, we're on the same page. Love it. All right, let's go to the next one here. What time should I have my last meal? This is a question I get asked a lot, you guys. When's the last time I need to cut off eating? Okay. I want to see what you guys would ask. So what would you guys put on there? Comment down below. If you were a coach, what would you ask? of when if this client comes in and says, what time should I have my last meal? Depends. I heard before 7, 2 hours before bed. Depends on your routine. Yeah. That depends because not everybody is in the same schedule, but I eat about every 2 hours. Cool. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, so at the very beginning, to actually find consistency and that progression is really letting go of the extremes, right? And so the first step I took her is, well, one, how often are you eating? And most members I'm hearing is they're only having 1 or 2 meals in a day, and they're essentially putting themselves in starvation mode at that point, because if you're going too low in your caloric intake, your body goes into fat storage mode, otherwise known as energy saving mode. Because if you're not hungry, you guys, if your appetite is not like ravenous and you're feeling hungry about every 2 to 3 hours, then your metabolism has probably gone down because you're not feeding it. And so that has been taught to us from the weight loss industry of, oh, suppress your appetite with this, and oh, take this pill to suppress your appetite, when in reality, that's actually our metabolism. So when somebody tells me they're starting to get hungry again, is when I celebrate with them. That's a great sign that your body is now burning through what you just fed it, and now you want to go ahead and feed it. So your body's ready for more. It's burning through what it's doing. It's being the machine it was meant to become. So here's my question, or here's what I would say. First off, how many meals are you eating? Second off, are you starting to cut your fruits and your sugars and things like this towards the latter part of your day? Because sugar is energy, you guys. And to have fruits in the beginning part of the day and your carbohydrates at the beginning part of the day is okay. But if we have it right before we go to bed, we don't need a bunch of energy right before to bed. So I ask them, usually protein, your vegetables, and your fats are going to be okay. So instead of thinking of like the extreme specifics, I kind of meet them where they're at first. So I want you to think for a second, where are you at? Are you eating enough? Are you getting protein in every meal and every snack? And are you moving your sugaries, fruits, and carbohydrates at the beginning part of your day? That's where I would start first. Then after that, then we can kind of start diving into those details. I don't think it's good to eat right before bed, because what's happening is your digestive system is going to start working, and then it can keep you up by sitting and burning all that energy. So that's my recommendation, is try to go to bed, especially with not eating or drinking right before bed, so it doesn't keep you up. But there you go. All right, let's go to the next extreme, what we found. Next one is I just ate something bad. What do I do next? I want to see what you guys would say. I just ate something bad. What do we do next? Do we give up? Do we quit on ourselves? We throw it out the door and just stop? What do we do? I want to see what you guys are going to say. That was a great question about being pregnant, and does this apply to maintaining a healthy weight gain? First thing with pregnancy, your pregnancy is a very unique experience between you and that baby. And so I personally can't see you or your goals or what your intake is. So what I'm giving is obviously the generic information. So I'd always check with your doctor first. And I would give my information to the doctor. Most doctors I'm a little wary of, because hearing some things from doctors that are concerning, such as, you're older, you just need to eat less. Okay, eat less of what though? There's not really a whole lot of specifics, and if you guys realize that doctors don't really have a whole lot of nutrition knowledge, but that's a whole nother tangent I'll go into. But let's go back to the question here. The question was, I ate something bad, now what do I do? All right, here we got next meal, do better. Boom, booty buck for you, yes. Go with it, move on. Booty buck, yes. Eat better next meal, yes. Don't beat yourself up over it, exactly, yes. You get a booty buck. Try water to see if that helps. Forgive yourself. Yes. We had to look at food differently. It's not our enemy. It actually helps feel less, and not everything is bad. Yes, dude, I just did a podcast today. It was so amazing with this girl that was talking about her relationship with food, and she talked about how before she thought that food meant fatness. That anytime, like, it was just an enemy, just exactly what you're talking about. But when we shift over to our mind of food as fuel, and it actually can help us build up that muscle's our metabolism, that can burn our fat, we can realize that food actually can be more of a fat burning machine, not a way of building just fat. So I like that, Mary. So booty buck for you. Next one we have is forgive yourself and move on and continue progress, not perfection. Absolutely, booty buck there. Forgive and move forward. Absolutely. And how many don't realize that of being able to be able to move on? Very important. So thanks for sharing all that. Okay, next one. What does balance look like? So before we've been taught to restrict those sugars, those carbs, those fats, or even that calorie, which has created the starving, the binging, the falling off, all that type of mindset and more. So here's how we can find a healthier relationship to food and live life in more balance. I call it food freedom, where we can still shrink our waist. It's a great place to be. So here's how we can have food freedom and what balance can really look like to still get those amazing results. So first one here, you guys, I love spaghetti. I love it. I have this beautiful Italian restaurant down the street, and you and I are going to go on a date there, okay? So you and I are going to go there right now. We're going to go order spaghetti. Now, the only thing that comes with it is a huge plate of spaghetti. There's nothing else it comes with, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and order for us, and this is what we're going to have. You and I are going to split that spaghetti, and then we're going to order 2 sides of salmon with some veggies. What do you think I just did to my macro balance there? So a lot of you are like, well, I don't know how to do macros, and macros is such a scary word. Yeah, because the fitness industry is giving all these crazy details, all these crazy numbers, and that can get so overwhelming when really we just need to go, hold on, where's my balance? Am I getting my carbs, my protein, and my fats? Okay, we'll start there. Okay, so it's just balancing your macros first. And so that's exactly what we did here. Take a look at this. That's exactly what we did with spaghetti. Is instead of just a bunch of carbs, we balanced the carbs out with more of our fiber. So fibrous carbs that cancel itself out there, the veggies. And then the salmon, which has healthy fats and awesome protein. Cool? That's how we can start to shrink our waist and still have our spaghetti. Look at that. Next one, pizza. Who loves pizza? Me! Freaking love pizza, all right? I used to have like 8 slices because I can't control myself, all right? But now what I do anytime I know that the family's having pizza, I call this like the mom's way of having pizza, is have a few slices, 1 or 2, but then you're gonna have a side salad or vegetables or something of some sort of chicken or protein on the side with that, okay? Balance, balance, balance. All right, next one. I've women be like, oh, I just made me a smoothie. I'm like, awesome, what's in your smoothie? And they're just like, fruit and milk. Fruit and milk. And I'm like, okay, well, that's carbohydrates. Where's your protein? And they're like, oh, well, I thought fruit was healthy. Well, it is, but where's your protein? We know that protein is what builds that lean muscle. That lean muscle is what burns our fat. We've got to get that protein in, guys. So add a little bit of some protein scoop in there, okay? Good. And does protein shake, by the way, I want to ask you guys this question. All right, question for you guys. Is protein only used for after workouts? Is protein only used for after workouts? Protein shakes. Is it only used after workouts, or when can it be used? Go ahead and comment down below. I want to see what you guys say. Bum, 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 bum. Find that comment button. For those that respond and get it right, get booty bucks today. Boom. Yes, all of you that said no, and especially you that said no, it can be used for a snack, booty bucks. All of you save up your booty bucks because absolutely protein shakes are so misused. We think that they're only for after a workout, but absolutely use them for shakes. I hardly get my amount of protein in a day, but that protein shake helps me immensely, okay? Great work. I use my protein shake as breakfast. Absolutely, breakfast, snack, you got it, right? Sometimes I have 1 or 2 a day, okay? Just to make sure our protein's up. I love it. You guys are so smart. Geez, is there anything that stumps you guys? All right, the last one, ice cream. Can we still have ice cream? Yes, but look, instead of this giant scoop with huge amounts of ice cream, how about lessening the ice cream and maybe having some sort of protein on the side? Now, I gave a suggestion, but it doesn't stop there. Maybe you have yogurt with nuts, seeds, and granola, or maybe you had it with a little bit of some dinner. But being able to balance that, guys, lowering the amount and building up the protein is how we can start to have that food freedom. Instead of thinking, you know when you guys think of like diet and we think about losing weight, we think of, well, I guess I'm just going to be eating chicken and broccoli. And what a miserable way to think we have to sculpt and tone our bodies that way, right? So how about finding the progression, going back to the very first page here, learning to see that the expectation of the extremes we're putting ourselves in does not need to be chicken and broccoli, guys, right? Realistically, we can really find that balance and that flow, which you guys are already doing, which I'm proud of. Okay, all right, so that was balance. Okay, so where do we start? I really like this little concept. Instead of thinking that success has to be this straight line, I like that it can have those curves, because what these curves, and I actually did some research on this, whether it's business, whether it's your relationship, or whether it is your body and fitness goals, success really is about three components. It's about the it's about the idea, the building, and completion. And then again, idea, building, completion. And again, idea, building, and completion. So it shows you that your skill set and your knowledge really becomes your power for success. Okay? And we're built off of failure. So use your failures, learn, and continue to keep growing. You got this. So number 1, it says, reminder, forgive yourself because you will mess up. I do. You will. It's okay. Let's normalize it. We all do. We all will. Unlearning the old weight loss beliefs of that never falling off is so important, so key, because success is actually built off of learning and experience. So why this program is so different is because you can trust, I'm never going to guilt and shame you. There's no restrictions, and we're not going to suppress here in Booty Bands and Barbells. All right, so number 2, we are a very big advocate. One of our biggest mottos here at Booty Bands is progress over perfection. Extremely important, to the point maybe we all get tattoos one day. I don't know. So instead of going all in or an all out, I really want you to think where your balance is so you can find that consistency. So when you have that bad day, you get sick, it was a really difficult day at work, or you really ate something you weren't supposed to, don't punish yourself and go to the extremes. Just improve your next meal like you guys all said, or your workout, just start your next workout that next day. And instead of thinking it has to be these extremes of an hour or 2 hour long, 15 minutes can get that consistency back. Very important. Cool. Love it, love it. So for those that are on here, let's go ahead and open it up for a live Q&A right now. So if you do have any questions about health, fitness, macros, oh my gosh, I got some extremes, I've been told this, but then I want to do this, let me know what those are, because I do believe knowledge is your superpower. So we can all help you right now if you've got a certain question that's just weighing on your mind and it kind of makes you feel like you're stuck. Also, we do have one-on-one accountability. So if you ever want to work one-on-one with a coach, go ahead and just comment one-on-one down below so that you can work with an expert and fast track your results, because it can help you improve, whether it's the mindset piece that you're feeling stuck in and you're kind of just running into your own self, or it can help you really understand your nutrition, maybe where you're lacking, and it can also help with really learning your form and your workout so you can progress with your weights and start to see changes that way too, okay? So if you are interested, go ahead and comment one-on-one down below. Okay, so let's go into your questions. So going back to the pregnant question, so when you're pregnant, again, like that is super, 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 super special between you, your doctor, and your child. Does that mean that you have to have this entirely different protocol? No, you can still eat healthy and you can still obviously exercise, but learning that lifting extreme heavy amount of weights isn't going to be much of a thing, so leaning more towards booty bands and lightweight will be my recommendation on something like that, depending on what stage you're in. Other areas too is just always making sure that when you are eating, eat healthy for your baby. Go after those vitamins, those minerals, and nutrients, as much dense food as possible, because you might be craving some cravings, because ultimately that means is your vitamin mineral deficient. That's what cravings mean, guys. So if you're craving in your pregnancy, just keep that in mind, okay? Okay. Oh, I make a protein shake as ice cream. You know, actually, I got to share this with you. It's pretty cool. I can't remember. Oh, I think it was Larissa that taught me this. She goes, "Did you know the Booty Bands and Barbells protein powder can make cookie dough?" I was like, "What?" And she's like, "Oh, all you do is add water to it." And I was like, "Wait, no, I don't know. Can you teach me this?" So basically, what you guys do is you take the Booty Bands. Actually, it has a couple. It has 3 ingredients. So it's the Booty Bands protein powder. You put in a bowl. You add water and you just kind of keep stirring it till you can find that cookie dough consistency. And then you can add your chocolate chips to it. I tried it and I was like, whoa, this is addicting. But it fills you up because it's high in nutrients. So you don't end up overeating things. That was another question I had today. I'm going to go ahead and go into that. But let's see what questions you got. Why would one glute cheek be bigger than the other? That's a great question. Our bodies in general are going to be a little bit off balance. Notice that I'm going to have one eye bigger than the other. We're going to have one boob that's bigger than the other. One glute that might be bigger than the other, depending on our anatomy and how our bone structure and all those sorts of things can really be different. So until I'd actually physically see you, maybe we'd learn more on that. But can we balance those out? Yes. What I have seen with having that lopsidedness or what have you is that the more we continue to work out, I find that become more symmetrical. So continue to keep using bands and weights, and that will give you that more symmetrical look. Hopefully that helps. Is fish oil vitamins good to take? That's a good question. First, you would want to, before I give any information like that, I don't know where maybe you're deficient or where you might be high in. So I would always double check with your doctor or whoever you go see and just kind of see where your minerals and vitamins are. There's so much research now that you can just go get simple tests done to kind of find out, are you low in vitamin D or fish oil, things like that. But yes, I take fish oil. I take a flax oil and I take a fish oil, like a cod oil. Now I do lean more on the organic side. I try as for much on my supplement side. I definitely lean towards as much as the holistic or organic and it's all natural as possible. But hopefully that helped answer your question. Okay, I'll be on for about 1 more minute, but I did have one question today. I'm going to remember what it was. I was just talking about it earlier. Now it escaped my mind. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, she said, oh, I just had it. Oh, she said, she goes, you know, Danita, those like little protein booty balls or protein energy balls that you make? She goes, how many can I have of those? And I thought that was such a great question. So here was my answer to her. And I want to ask you guys this question too. So when is the last time, or let me ask you this, have you ever overeaten chips? Comment yes or no down below. Have you ever overeaten chips? I have. I definitely have overeaten chips before. Okay, so now let me ask you the next question. Have you ever overeaten a heavy vegetable salad with protein? Have you ever overeaten a vegetable salad with protein? Like, have you ever wanted 3 or 4 or 5 of those salads? Comment yes or no down below. Right? Okay, so I loved this. This is going to be a podcast that's going to be coming out soon. And it was so good because we realized that we only overeat stuff when it's processed and our brains don't know how to register it because it doesn't have those vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need. So the brain doesn't know how to connect to our belly and say, okay, you're full. So that's why we end up overeating processed food, right? So we don't overeat the things that have nutritious value. So going back to her question, I said, in those protein balls that we make here in the community is we have oatmeal and pumpkin seeds and chia seeds and protein powder and cacao and a little bit of some honey with some peanut butter. And I was like, The max I've been able to eat on those ones is about 3 or 4. I can't overeat them. Why? Because they're so dense. Just like if you were to have vegetables and a salad and protein. So that's what's really cool. It's a little reminder, guys, that we don't have to sit and calorie count and be obsessed and frantic about our food. We can release that and be in harmony with our body as long as we are going into those healthy, nutrient-dense foods. Then we don't have to sit and do all that calorie counting stuff. Cool? Cool. So here's a little trick I'm going to share with you. So let's say if we do want chips, because I eat chips too and everything's in balance, but I don't just have plain chips, what we learned before in our guide right here, that let's say if we have chips, what are we going to do? Have a little bit less of the chips and put something else on the side. Maybe it has some dense nutrients, such as vegetables and maybe protein. So it doesn't mean we have to cut out chips completely. Isn't that kind of cool? Isn't that fun? Cool. Awesome. Well, it was wonderful having you guys tonight. This was great. Again, I am a sweaty hot mess because I've been doing our 80s workouts, and I hope you love them. Today was core. I hope you liked my upper body one. I love that one. I did that one again tonight. Booty is coming out tomorrow, you guys, and I'm going to tell you, I was a hot, sweaty mess after that. So get ready and put on your 80s gear and shoot us some of your sweaty selfies in the group. It's awesome. It's awesome having fun with you guys in the workouts. Like, it truly is something that just really gets me going every day. So wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Freedom, I'm so tired of vlogging food. You're in freedom now. Oh, it feels great. All right, so all those that got those booty bucks and answered correctly, go ahead and send them over to me in a DM, and I'll get you over a gift card, or you can use it towards the app, or you can use it into our one-on-one accountability with our coaches. I'm one of the coaches that you'll be also meeting. You can connect with me, and we can go one-on-one towards your goals. So if you are interested, make sure to click on one-on-one down below, so that way we can have a coach reach out to you and see if you're a good fit for it, okay? The only ones that we are looking for is if you are like a real high commitment level. We are not looking for those tire kickers out there. We want you really serious about reaching your goals, because if you're sick and tired of it, you're just really hitting those plateaus and not seeing results. We want to really make sure that there's commitment levels for us and commitment level for you, so we can be that perfect fit to start seeing those results for you, okay? So comment one-on-one down below, and we'll be able to connect with you guys. Awesome. So we'll see you guys every single Wednesday, same time, same place, here in the Booty Bands and Barbells Facebook group. It is such a pleasure being with you guys every single week, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's workout, okay? Bye, everyone, and have a wonderful night.